National Coming Out Day, so yeah.
I thought one's more emotional, one's more sexual.
That's gonna be good. Like I said,
let's just go with it. Hello, everyone.
Tiny's off on her adventure.
Tiny has a date. Our assistant has a date. She's out today, so it's just us. And hello, everyone.
Hello. Hey, Snicket 195. I love you, darling. It's like it's what time is it in your time zone? Is it still like
Amsterdam,
1 in the morning?
Right?
No, Holland.
Holland.
Is it Holland or Amsterdam? It's like Snooky. It's like I love Snooky. So
we're going to start this off.
Yeah.
Welcome to Date Night with the LUNAS. We are simulcasting on SDC as well as Facebook, YouTube, and BFAM 109.6. We do this every Monday night. And I say before we get into the crazy ass meat of it, we have a class coming up from our sponsor.
Yes, our sponsor, Fairville University, where strives to provide a judgment-free learning experience with every student, has the opportunity to learn about sexual health and wellness in a safe environment. Currently still under Zoom. Hey, Kiki by phone, and hopefully maybe one day in person. But
oh God, I'd love to do in-person classes.
Okay, but here's the thing. So, anyways, SDC members, Facebook, YouTube. If there's enough interest, we will try to find a location and have a live class, but it's going to be under Sex Positive Me, not under Fairville University. So,
but I want to say next Thursday, Fairville University, I'm going to be doing a class on medical play.
Yes, he's doing it solo because I'm going on my birthday vacation. Yay! 8 days getaway.
So, what is medical play?
We're
going to be talking about everything from how to use speculums, how to do rectal exams, take temperatures, water sports, pumping, sounding, saline infusion. We're going to go to some really, really extreme kinky shit because they're letting me do it. And if I get a chance to do kinky ass shit, I'm going to do kinky shit. And I'm solo on this one because I know you're out of town, but it's going to be really interesting. If you like it, go to fairvilla.com, click on education, and you can buy tickets up there. It's $15 a ticket. And it's not in person, it's Zoom, so you could do your whole household.
Yep.
You could have a party and have everyone come over and watch me do this. Yes, Snooki loves kinky shit too. I love kinky shit. If you see the medical supplies that I have,
yes,
you probably think I'm a doctor, but I only play one in the bedroom.
Because everything in that class has not been bought by our sponsor. Everything is...
I have it all.
John has had it all. So when we did the presentation, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be out of town for this. It's like, you can do it on your own because I never yuck on his yum. And medical play is his yum. And some of it is like, oh, I can do it.
Do you know what I had to go buy? And it was hard to buy. And it was more expensive to buy.
Really? The glass thermometer?
Thermometers. I wanted a classic glass thermometer.
Old school.
One rectal, one oral. I could have gotten like 5 of the digital thermometers. Nope.
Nope, not for my birthday.
Nope. For your birthday. Nope, that's not her.
Nope, that's all of him. That's all him. Nope.
We did the speculum on you once.
Yes.
You're still on the fence and then decided you didn't like it.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. But then again, I have the old speculums. I have the old ones that the doctors used in the 80s. Those are kind of hard to find, but they're cold and they're metal.
Exactly. I don't like cold
them
stuff.
Cold.
Yeah. Playing doctor and sister. Oh, okay. Oh, I think he meant to say something else. I know Snooki meant something else. So. That's why, because he's a loyal listener too, and Kiki by Fun too is also.
But the one thing I'm sad about, and we're going to do this, is originally she was going to do the class with me.
Yes.
So we went out to Spirit Halloween. If you're in the United States, you know what it is. Just look for an abandoned building. Last month, this month is Spirit Halloween. And we bought doctor's outfits, and she got a nurse outfit, which I don't know how it happened. Massive cleavage.
Yes, it is.
It was like, bam, this outfit, like, beautiful. If you were my nurse, I would hurt myself.
But I think the video's almost up on YouTube, Fairville University's YouTube channel.
It comes out on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, there you go.
Check out Fairville University on YouTube, and there's video. There's a 2 dozen videos out there from us. We do one.
Yeah.
We do 1 or 2 a month for them, and cleavage is amazing.
Pretty deal. So yeah, no, I definitely have fun with that, because I know I'm just like, yeah, no,
You're
no.
doing your birthday trip.
I'm doing my solo birthday trip. Well, I'm doing
Now
a presentation.
let's stretch this out
Oh God, I
and
gotta
let's
do my
talk about your
presentation.
birthday trip. Because I know you'll be like, I'm here, I'm home. And I'm like, no. Where's your first leg of your trip?
Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, Scottsdale, Arizona. It's at Scottsdale, Arizona for She Podcast. So it's an all-female podcast conference. So what I noticed, originally I was going to cancel it, but then I realized there wasn't enough sex educators or sex podcast being at the conference. And I'm like, whoa. How can you have a all-female podcast conference but no sex podcasters? And there's so many of us out there. I mean, I could list
You needed
like,
to represent.
yeah, totally represent. And honestly, there's only a total of 3 of us. That's it. That talk about sex that will be at this all female conference. I'm just like,
So, as you said, you're an adventurous and unusual mood.
Yep.
So you're going to go corrupt people.
Yes. And I'm going to be the only one. So I'm not going to, none of my other podcast friends are going. And I have podcast friends from all genres. So I'm just going to be like, wah. Going to be all by myself.
So,
in Scottsdale.
And what are you doing a presentation on?
Why content creators should care about censorship. Really teaching them the vocabulary of the laws that censor us in the adult industry or sexual wellness industry and how it can affect them who talk about everything else except sex.
It's funny how right now it's not quite censorship, but it's going to affect that. In a couple days, MasterCard is going to issue their new statement. We're all waiting to hear about this one because
Terms
obviously,
and conditions, yeah. Terms and service.
What may come out is MasterCard is considering banning adult content, which would mean SDC probably could no longer collect money because it's under the adult content. So, by the way, if you have a congressperson, and I know this sounds stupid, write to them tonight, tomorrow, because at the end of the week, MasterCard is going to come out and say something about the adult industry and what is qualified as the adult industry. And literally, they may go ahead and say it also includes porn sites, cam sites, and adult networks. And they may go ahead and say you can no longer use MasterCard, which means American Express probably will follow. So will Visa. And who cares about Discover? No one has one of those. But how will you pay for your stuff online? It will really fuck up the whole industry.
But still, so it's doing the adult content, but how would that affect sex therapists, sexual wellness, hormone doctors? I mean, we already see our hormone doctor having issues advertising on social media. I mean, this is like one of the major concerns because sexual wellness is not anything evil. I mean, we promote it, we talk about it. That's what we say here on, Sex Positive Me and Date Night with the LUNAS, how important your sexual wellness is. And for MasterCard to say, well, it's not very good. It's like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to say?
So, unfortunately, there are a bunch of evangelical anti-porn groups that are spearheading this and want to go ahead and screw the whole industry over.
Closeted.
Unfortunately, my side of it is let's start taxing churches.
We should always tax.
Churches.
Especially the ones that says, "Lord has said, I need a G5." Six. G6, G7.
He wanted a G6, a $22 million jet.
Yeah, because Jesus said I should have that. No.
Jesus said get out and do a fucking job.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of deal. But what we're trying to say. So I don't know if that comes out before my presentation. I'm going to have to redo my presentation then.
We're going to have to see. You're going to have to add some stuff. I doubt it because it may come out Monday after your presentation.
Okay.
But you should include it somewhere in your presentation.
Okay. Yeah, I need to include that in my presentation. So yeah.
Okay. So you're in Scottsdale. You're doing that.
Yep.
What is the next leg of your birthday trip?
Los Angeles, baby. Yay, LA. So I am going. So Sunday, after I do my presentation, do the closing ceremonies, jump on the plane, head over to Los Angeles to go directly. I'm getting no sleep for the next 72 hours within those legs of the trip because we're going to Halloween, Horror Nights, Universal Studios, Hollywood. And here's the fun part: I have to carry my spiritual shit with me because the studios is legitimately haunted. So I wanted to experience Halloween Horror Nights in a legitimately haunted theme park. I am so.
Well, I won't be there to take care of you.
No, Tanya's gonna be there. Tanya, it's like my bestie of like 25 years who's experienced all possessions and craziness of my life is going to be there with her husband and her daughter. We're going to have so much fun. It is going to be so much fun. And then the very next day,
We have people that are very interested in this saga.
what?
Continue.
Okay. What do you call it? Snooky, I love you. You are taking good care of the chat room there. You are awesome. Star, we definitely have to schedule a one-on-one with Snooky later on. So
Well, I think we need to go ahead and, if people will show up, do a definitely more explicit one-on-one.
Right.
Because you have been buying some very sexy clothing.
Right.
You have been running your ass off. You've
Yes.
been getting the gym. You've been getting in shape. And you are so much more now. Like, we need pictures. So maybe we'll go ahead. Do you want to see her in a porn? I think I would love to see my wife. Well, personal, me and you. Did I cross a boundary?
You're selling me to porn now?
You pimp me out all the time.
Well, because you're hot and sexy. That's why.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
You pimp me out not only at a swing club, but apparently now for any type of labor available. Because this weekend we went to a concert. Well, it was a music festival. But she was working it. She was doing her tarot. I, on the other hand, was kind of just her gopher to give her emotional support. And somehow, multiple times, all I heard was, "Here, John, you need him to lift something. He's good." I'm like, when did I become the pimped out labor?
Excuse me, I asked you. I'm like, are you sure you wanted to go? It's like, I know you were interested in Earth Day birthday.
I was, and we went and we had a great time.
Yes.
I'm talking specifically about the comment when someone went to lift something and you went, "Oh, John, hey, if you need any type of thing done, here's my husband. Pimp him out."
Well, yeah, because that's how we got into free for the concert. So
that
you could
true.
see. I'm like, hello, that was an $80 ticket that, you barely worked maybe 2 full hours out of 8.
I sat there and ate.
Yeah.
I got fat and ate.
Yes.
And listened to music.
And I left my fries behind and my cookie. I was just so upset because I like that cookie.
You know what I left behind last night?
What?
My lube.
Oh.
Now I need a new container.
Oh, well, I need to go to IKEA. So I could go to IKEA tomorrow. So I need candles. That's why IKEA gets my candles.
Focus.
No, you were like with the whole like porn.
Well, people are interested in your trip.
Well, considering like when we were down in Trapeze, Drew said it was like watching a live porn of you and all your actions and your fun and your glory. I'm like, Lord, I did not think our playtime was considered live porn. How did that turn out to be live porn?
I was on the bottom. You were on top. Another guy was on top of you.
I was the creamy filling.
There were 2 penises in your vagina, of which once one came out, another went back in. You were a spoiled little princess.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
At least you acknowledge.
Oh, I always acknowledge that when I'm a spoiled little princess or a spoiled little diva brat. Then the very next day for Halloween Horror Nights, I'm going to Disneyland. Yeah.
I want to hear about pervertibles.
Oh, yeah. I will try to do my very best, but I have shiny ADHD when it comes to Disneyland because it's Disneyland. I'm so excited. Go to Disneyland. That is going to be my favorite part. My favorite part of all of it is Disneyland. I love it. And then after Disneyland, I get the very next day, I'm going to have an early morning flight and I'm heading over to Boston. Hello, In Couple. How are you? So we'll see how Connecticut Boy is going to do because that's like the big metropolitan city close by to Connecticut, I guess.
That's where you're meeting.
Yeah, that's where we're meeting.
You're spending time together with your. Do I use the word boyfriend?
Nope.
With your boy toy interest.
Boy toy, yeah, interest. Yeah, because it just diminished very, very quickly. So he wanted to celebrate my birthday. He's paying for the plane trip. I'm like, okay, fine. It's just like, instead of coming home after Los Angeles or even extending, because I was even debating if I wanted to extend an extra day and just go sightseeing or shopping or something. But then he says, "Oh, come on." I was like, "Okay." So he said that last week. I booked it, going there next week. And this Thursday, I leave. Yay!
And while you're gone for
Mhm.
8 days,
8 days.
I'm left
Glorious days.
unsupervised. I already have my tattoo artist appointment for Thursday. We're going to see how long I can spend on his chair. And I have no idea what else I'm doing. I have a Friday and a Saturday with no plans whatsoever. So
None.
what should I do?
And considering, and it ends having their Halloween party this weekend, the 16th.
But that's a specifically couples thing.
No, I think they'll let you slide. You can take. I mean, that's fine. I mean,
unfortunately, and it is true. I'm on my own.
all by
As of recently, I've kind
myself.
of don't have playmates left, and I don't know. I'm going to see what I'm going to do to occupy myself.
Well, you could elaborate what's going on with your playmate. You just kind of like.
I did. There's one playmate who was going through issues and
challenges. I don't like issues. Issues sound so bad.
She had life changes.
Yeah, a lot of life changes.
She broke up with her primary.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get me wrong, I really like her. I want to hang out with her outside of just being a playmate. She's younger than me, but it's funny, she was born in the wrong decade, I say.
Yeah.
I have never seen someone who's almost 20 years younger than me and knows all the rock bands from the 80s. Like, she should have been born in that period.
Yeah.
She loves the music. She's right there. But we've decided to, for a while now, just be friends. And we're not going to be playing anymore. So, yep.
And I know she was one of your favorites because she was a pain slut.
Yeah.
Like like huge masochist. I'm like, nope. Like coconut rope. She loved the nipple game. I like to say the nipple game.
Yes.
Because it's like you put a little basket.
I have little buckets attached to nipple clamps, and then I have 1/2-inch ball bearings that I will drop into the buckets.
Like a game. Yeah.
And it's funny to have someone sit there and I just play throwing them, because sometimes I get it in the bucket, sometimes I just hit them and they go, ow, and I say, should I stop? And they go, no. So I love masochist.
Yeah.
But I've kind of I've had some also changes. I mean, in my life, things I'm definitely trying differently and seeing how things go. But I've also been very busy with work. And I got on a new project, which is public now and out there.
It's public. Yeah, it's out.
Yes. One called Athena Stats, which I'm researching porn. So it's a nice job.
It's all data analyst. But you didn't explain what happened to your second one, your second playmate, Anne.
For Anne, she got way too attached. She did get too attached. And at this point, I said, friends are fine. I always need friends, but we're not going to be playing. And I think I needed this just for a little while of kind of concentrating on myself and getting myself in order. Because I was running from playmate to event and doing this and stuff. And honestly, at some point, it just became a little overwhelming that I started losing interest in things. It became too unsatisfying at some points.
At some points, but also realizing that our communication skills, again, went through a little challenge, I would say.
Yeah, we went through it, but also our relationship did. There was definitely some repressed stuff that was brought up, and unfortunately it did hurt both of us. And I think we're better now that it's over and we're working through it.
We're working through it. I'm not saying it could be better, but it's just at this moment, because I think our biggest communication, which made me sit back, was it's when I specifically told you since the beginning with Anne how much I just not was comfortable with her. And you kind of pushed my feelings to the side. And then when you finally broke up, and then you said, why didn't you tell me that you felt? And I'm like, I told you since day one. So that little mishap of communication was like,
Yeah.
you know, but I was very vocal and direct in regards to my feelings towards her, due to the fact that I noticed it since day one how clingy she was and
And I was expected to have a playmate to play with, and that was it.
right,
And I tried my best to keep it at that.
right.
And it still creeped, and then I nipped it.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, that still, um, we're working on this thing because there's someone giving you advice sometimes, and then
Mhm.
there's sometimes going to someone and say, "Mother, may I?" and being obedient.
Right,
And some expectations are a little off on that one.
right.
So
Well, I wasn't saying any expectations. I just vocalized my thoughts and feelings to you. And that's why when you said that comment, it's like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, well, I told you since day one. That's where I was kind of confused on the fact that I'm like, what do you mean? I've, was very vocal on my feelings on this person. I mean, this is like a person that really rubbed me the wrong way when I am literally, see, you see how close we are. We always this close. We this close, right? Standing next to each other, and at a party, and then goes up, just starts talking to John and doing all this stuff, and then later on, when I'm all by myself, a little bit away from John, but not really. So like, oh, I didn't see you. I'm like, bitch, I was standing next to him. I always stand next to him. It's like,
so one definite note is whether it's poly or whether it's just playmates,
or swinging.
it really does help in every way if your partner also gets along with, if your primary gets along with your other partners. Otherwise,
Well,
it's not something that I'm gonna deal with.
right, but it is out of a human respect. Not
Yeah.
so much as, it's like, hey, you got to salute me and do all this crazy shit to acknowledge who I am. Simple like, hey, how's it going? That's perfectly fine. But I'm this close. I'm this close. Ignoring me like I don't exist. Yeah,
So,
never a good thing.
to be honest,
And that goes on both ways.
at the moment, I've kind of just been talking and doing friends and just kind of getting support. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I know I try my very best, and I try to be notorious. And if I see like one of my friends or playmates or partners, like, hug me and kiss me and do all this stuff and don't say jack shit to John, I'll usually whack them and I say, or, tap them or something, whatever it is, depends on the relationship, to like say, hey, here's John, say hi. Because I never want John to ever feel left out. I always want him to be included on everything. And or do I fail miserably?
No.
You know,
No.
I just
I've
always
always gotten along. I actually get along with all your playmates.
right, except
I
for
get
Connecticut boy, but that's different.
well. The truth is, given what you've explained to me, I'm actually on his side. Because in the sense that I said, well, see what happens. In the sense that I know he started a new job,
Mhm.
and during that time there wasn't going to be communication. And you even told me there wasn't going to be communication during that time,
Mhm.
and you kind of got a little itchy to want to talk with him, which I completely understand those feelings. I was just like, okay, I'm trying to see it from his side as well as your side.
But
Now,
okay,
I'm always on your side
right. Continue.
continually. However, I do go ahead and will say, okay, if I look at it from both sides and I remove myself from the equation personally,
Mhm.
how would I view this situation? And I just share that with you. Now, again, I don't know all the details.
Mhm.
I know as much as you've told me, and I know you're going to be seeing him.
Mhm.
And I am hoping for the best.
Mhm.
I hope that it's, hey, the job is good, but it's getting less. There's going to be more communication. There's going to be more of what you need and want out of this relationship. But at the same time, um, hope for the best, plan for the worst. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's very true. But I was being, like I said, any professional, any business person, anybody, like if I say, hey, can we talk? Can we schedule once a week that we talk and meet up? That's it. That's all I'm saying. It's like pick a day that we could talk, catch up, know what's going on. And never did that because
Yeah.
I know how busy. but I wasn't asking like for everyday communication. I
But
was
you need once a week.
once a week or one, just something that I could look forward to. Like, hey, I'm going to talk to you on Monday morning. Boom. That's
Yeah.
it. Something of that nature. Did not happen. Still doesn't happen.
And that's something I'm going to go ahead and say, because I know with this new job, he has a long commute.
Right.
So even if, would you ever leave John for him? I have absolutely no fear of her leaving me. I don't. I have a completely solid relationship. We are wonderful together. I am completely in support of her having a boyfriend.
Was. So
What was that?
I was like, was supportive of having a boyfriend. It's like it's like because the Connecticut boy is not technically a boyfriend at this point, because he cannot like satisfy my needs of like once a week communication, or once every other week, something more consistent. Because there's been times I text them questions, never answer, never reply.
Okay, I didn't know about that one.
Oh yeah.
But again, I'm just announcing or saying my support. Whatever you decide, I support you. If you decide he's trash tomorrow and want to go ahead and talk, he's the devil, that's fine with me too.
You look how I feel when my wife had a boyfriend. Which one, John or me? You look worried or nervous.
Who,
Which
me?
one, John or me?
I'm not worried or nervous.
John. No.
Not really.
Yes and no, because you went through your emotional tirade that left me really banged up and bruised, because now you're going to see your therapist in regards to working things out, figuring who you are, what you want to do.
Well, look, for 5 years now, we've been doing Date Night with the LUNAS, working together. We've been together 24/7. We became a little codependent on each other. And it's been going on for a while. And there's been a lot of different changes coming all at once, and we're working through our relationship.
Right. But the Mack truck pain that I felt was, when you just divulge all that you sacrifice for me, and it just guilted me to no extent. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then now this Connecticut boy that caused all this is soon to be no longer in the picture, but yet the mess is there. And that's why I'm just like, just left a bad taste in my mouth of what happened.
Sure.
So what do you mean? Sure. It's like, I'm telling you how I'm feeling. I'm not like owning up, I'm not responsible for your feelings, as you're not responsible for my feelings. So that's why, that I am communicating it and saying it. I'm not blaming, you for anything. It's just that, that's how it came across. And that's why, he's going to therapy. I'm going to a different therapist for a different reason, actually. And I need to make sure my schedule's on time with it, because it's a brand new therapist I'm going to see. It's not the same one we've seen, because technically my issues are more emotional than versus the relationship. So, because you're going to see our lifestyle therapist that specifically deals with the lifestyles.
And honestly, one of the things that led to the blow up was, and part COVID, I didn't have a lot of friends in a lifestyle that I could relate to, that I felt comfortable going to. So I just held in a lot of crap. And during this, it did cause a blow up. And like I said, it's been drastic changes over the last 3 months. And it's just been rolling with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, there are lifestyle therapists. You actually would just have to look. There's a couple of places where you could actually look for therapists. National Coalition for Sexual Freedom. Also, they have a list. Kink. What's the other kink therapy like a list? Because Psychology Today, you have to read all their descriptions, and sometimes keywords would come out in regards to it. But I know there's another. I have to find it, and I'll try to post it. The other link to find Kink Aware therapists. That's what they're called. They're not so much lifestyle, but kink aware, because it falls under all the different umbrellas like the BDSM, the ethical non-monogamy, fetishes, in regards to that. So
Well,
there's another directory for that.
one of the huge things, because we read through probably dozens, if not hundreds, of therapist
Right.
profiles
Mhm.
before we found this person. We found them,
Yeah.
and as we're reading the profile, we started hearing certain terms, certain words, and realizing, okay, they're in the lifestyle. Why do you need a lifestyle therapist? Well,
Yes.
if you're first of all, we've had experiences going to a normal therapist
Mhm.
that pretty much spent all their time either one, trying to correct the fact that you're not monogamous,
Mhm.
that you're promiscuous, that's the problem, and that's why your relationship or you were having problems. Their whole moral judgment. The other one is the ones that aren't judging you, but aren't in the lifestyle or not trained for that, have to keep asking you questions, and you're training them.
Right. And you're
on
paying them.
Right. You're training them on what. So he's hitting you. Why? That's a bad thing, right? No. He's flogging me. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Or
Pain is good.
we went to a swing club and you're having sex with someone else. Okay, that's the problem. She was having sex. No, that's not the problem.
No, it's like,
Because
yeah.
we went there for that, and I know the guy. And wait a minute, you know the guy who's fucking your wife in front of you, and you're okay with this?
Yes.
Yes, that's okay.
That is totally okay. Yes. I mean, because we still, even in any lifestyle, BDSM, swinging, we still have what normal people or vanilla people have, like grief issues, relationship communications, relationship challenges, death in family. So there, we still have those that we need guidance and professionals to help us. And luckily, there is a whole genre out there. There is
They're getting more.
they're getting more. It seems
I'm
like,
not lying. 10 years ago, there
oh
were
yeah,
almost none.
yeah,
5 years ago is, about 2015, 16 is when you really started some programs come up where they actually
right.
offered therapist training.
Yeah, because I took
And
mine's in 2017, my certification.
uh,
Yeah, there it is seem a lot of Main Street therapy is based on vanilla social norms. Oh, absolutely.
so now I'm going to go ahead and throw a sponsor out there because our station manager said, please do this.
Because they're paying our bills. It's so nice.
And that one's actually the, okay, so I'll start off by saying that we did I don't mind.
Okay, go,
Okay.
focus.
I'm going.
Focus.
I'm low testosterone. Obviously, I'm in the swinger lifestyle community. I have a lot of sex. How does all this work out? Well, I went to my normal MD. They basically gave me one shot or two shots a month.
2 shots. Yeah.
Charged me like $100 a shot. It was ridiculous, and it got me like from 182 up to like 520. And they said, "Okay, you're good." And I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm at the gym working out an hour a day. There's no muscle gain. I can't lose weight. I can't do this. Took me forever to find a doctor. And this is specifically a doctor for hormones and wellness. He got my testosterone to a level where I'm happy with it. I have lost weight. I have gained muscle. I'm more active, more sexual, and honestly happier. Then she started the treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. I lost weight. My libido went through the roof. Da 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 da. Yeah. So there was kind of days that he woke up with morning wood, and I'm like, I don't want to waste morning wood, and he's just like, you're on top of me. What the hell? Just shut up and let me keep writing. So
Anyway.
definitely to get your hormones and testosterone checked out at Florida Hormones and Wellness.
Go to sexpositiveme.com and then click on the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness link so they know we sent us or we sent you. And we would really appreciate that. We're actually right now in talks. We might be doing a series of videos with them, which will be out on YouTube. So check out our YouTube channel. There's already 2 out there, but we're going to be doing a lot more.
All right, back to Dave's question. The
Dave,
reason
Super Dave.
We're going to call him Super Dave. Super Dave. Reason we started going to therapy because we did have the same challenges as normal vanilla couples, that we were having communication issues. We didn't realize we were going through changes because we were evolving and growing. And what happened was some of the typical kind of vanilla problems, like, I don't want to say like John was cheating, but the way he approached transitioning over to polyamory and not really listening and communicating with me properly is one of the reasons we decided to go see a therapist. So get like a third person, a second opinion, by someone who wasn't emotionally involved in our challenges and give us some ideas and guidance on how we could resolve a lot of our communication issues that we were having with all the changes, and then trying to resolve insecurities or jealousies that we were having, or self-doubts on where the relationship was going because of all these changes and miscommunications.
And I will say, there's no shame in going to a therapist. I'm happy to say I go to a therapist. I
Mm-mm.
love her. She's a miracle worker, in my opinion. But so much is dependent on our emotions. Think about how
Mm-hmm.
little you get done when you're depressed. Think about how your life goes when you're depressed. If you could do something to avoid that, freaking do it. And I'm in a relationship. We have a daughter. It's my stepdaughter, her daughter. Um, she also went through a trauma, so that actually put, again, we'll say
Mm-hmm.
it complicated in things. Uh, she was also diagnosed as bipolar. So dealing with that and going through adjusting the medications and stuff, we rely on each other a lot. We
Mm-hmm.
talk to each other a lot. But as much as we do sex and relationship coaching, we hear a lot of stories. We hear a lot of stuff. Sometimes we really need to go ahead and be able to vent with someone. And sometimes we go off on different pages and we need to get back together. So occasionally, and unfortunately, we did a weekend where we were supposed to go ahead and connect. And the moment we went away, we both came down with the flu and were miserable in bed for 4 days with a almost beach hotel. There was
Yeah,
another screw up. And then they didn't even give us a king size bed. They ended up giving us two separate beds
which worked out fabulous,
because we were both
honestly.
sick
But
and in separate beds the
yes,
whole vacation.
yeah, and that was supposed to be our reconnect vacation. So we we
I'm
we do need to do that. So
That's going to be New Year's. I'm working on Paris. I announced it on earlier today on the other show that we're going to be doing Paris for New Year's. I think that's a wonderful idea.
cold in the snow. Nice.
Well, now I got to
Nice.
get close to read all of this.
It happens. It's a typical for any. It happens. It is typical for everyone, anyone. Yeah, it does. The miscommunications, and especially when you're going with dynamics in the polyamory and swinging, in the ethical non-monogamy, because there's so much that have to communicate. I think the biggest thing we've learned over the years is like the BDSM one community. I think is first like with the over communications, and then polyamory with communicating
Yeah.
a lot, because especially with BDSM, you got to get consent. You have to know all their medical conditions, their also their medication that they're taking, because sometimes some of the medications may not work together properly or have side effects if you have any like bruises or activities that happens. And then you need to know like who's the emergency contact, what does your aftercare look like, what is it that you need, should we provide like candy, sugar, water, so there's so much involved in communicating your scene before doing anything.
I think some of the worst things, I know this sounds like overkill for doing kink. We're just doing a scene. We're not even having sex. Why do we have to talk so much? I know there was a scene, and this wasn't local, but they basically did a shibari scene,
Hmm.
hung the person, turned basically hanging them almost upside down. They passed out. Turned out they had a condition that they decided, oh, if I share it, then they won't play with me.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
what happens at this point? Well, no, it would have been fine. It was something with the effect of turning them upside down and their sugar. They
Right.
passed out and could not be woken up. They had to call the ambulance. They had to get people here. They had to, of course, everyone else has to stop their scenes because it was at a dungeon, not here. All this happened, and it could have been avoided with, if I pass out, I have this, this, this. I need sugar. Give me a candy bar or give me Gatorade. And by the way, don't turn me upside down for long periods of time because that will also cause it. So a lot of people's night got ruined because,
One person
yeah,
decided not to speak up.
it doesn't have to be a thesis. Just little stuff of we're negotiating. Hey, is there anything I need to know about you? I'm diabetic. Hey, my shoulder, I pulled it out a few years ago. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. It might pop out.
Careful with my neck.
And
I
that's
had
it.
2 discs replaced in my neck.
But they're very important things. Uh,
Oh yeah, it does. Um, One more thing in regards to now you made me lose my train of. Oh, the way I kind of describe sometimes having sex or a scene or something, it's like I remind people, think of it like a game, like football game, soccer game, basketball game. There's always the pre-show that they talk about, hey, this is what so-and-so is going to do. This is what they're thinking about. This is what's going on. They're very detailed on what is could be happening or will happen in the game. Then you have the actual game and everyone's like, okay, they go and do their part. They do whatever it is. And then you have a post-game wrap up and you talk about what was good, what was bad, what happened, what's going on. Same thing applies with your sex life, with your playtime. Do a pregame, which is all the negotiations. Tell me everything that's going on, any medical conditions, any areas not to touch. What is your consent and boundaries? Even your aftercare, what is it that you're desiring? Then go through, have your sex, have your scene, and then afterwards, okay, after the aftercare, they might be chips and queso, there might be a blanket and a stuffy, pancakes. I know you like the trapeze breakfast, and or what do you call it? And then once everyone is like back in the right, it's like compare notes. It's like, what did you like? What did you not like? Should I do this better, harder, or softer? Whatever it is. That way, everyone has a great time, and then looks forward for the next time. It's like, how do we improve this?
And now here's another thing. We've done many orgies, we've done many group settings.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen to your partners. Because in that case, it's a bunch of people. You decide, okay, we're going to have sex. And you sort of feel it out. And I get this. But here's the thing. You start getting into it, and we were in one. And the guy started putting his hands here on her throat. Now, again, she had neck surgery.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like choking to begin with.
No. So she tapped the hand clearly enough that I heard it, and I was further away than him, said, don't touch my neck don't touch my neck. Don't touch my head. Anything else is fair game. So it's like, hey, he could have figured you. You would have been great. Slapped your ass. Probably would have been great.
Put a condom on and fuck me. Could have been great,
Could have dropped his cock right in your mouth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You would have been fantastic.
I would have been fine with a cock in my mouth.
What does he do?
He does it again.
5 minutes. Literally. No, it was not even 5.
No, it wasn't
2 minutes later. Get your fucking hand. I hear that you say this. Get your fucking hand away from me. Again, going up and going for his neck. Just listen. If someone doesn't like something, and especially if you're in that group setting, or even if you're solo, even if it's just you and one partner, don't do it. Afterwards, discuss it.
Yep.
But don't force someone to do it. That's just
douche.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like, I'm like, seriously, you could have had an amazing time with me if you just did not fuck it up by not listening. Listen, that's it, or ask questions. I mean, I know it was a dark room that we were doing, but people could still talk. It's like, I thought it was hysterical when the lights went on, everyone screaming. It's like, oh no, why'd you do that?
Okay. So
we gotta do that again.
Yeah, I want to do that. There's actually there's a couple around here. But the one thing I found is there's one that appears to be very popular. The only thing is it's a bareback only party. And I'm like, no, we don't do that.
I don't like doing bareback unless I really know the person. I mean, I only have you and one other person. I do bareback. That's it.
Well, I'm your husband,
right? And
he's had a vasectomy, and you've known him for
25 years.
So yeah, that I'm fine with. Everyone else, yeah, especially my partners, new partners, even partners I've had for a while. Again, put a condom on.
Right.
It's just but especially if it's someone you don't know their sexual history.
Right. Yeah. No.
Now, most STDs are curable.
Right.
But there's a list of them that aren't.
Right.
Herpes. Once you got it pretty much for life. Hep C. You got that for life. And of course HIV. But I take Truvada. No, not Truvada now. I took the new one, Descovy. I moved to that one, which is basically a once-a-day pill I take that prevents me from getting HIV. It basically coats my cells and makes them immune to the HIV virus. Pretty much if you're in the medical industry, you're on this. Because if you do work in the ER, you should most definitely be on it, because if someone's blood spills on you, if someone's blood splashes in your eye, that's a point of infection. And if your body doesn't have PrEP or something like that,
Nope, we're not medical professionals, doctors, lawyers, or any other professionals. We just teach
We're
from
kinky
experience.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're kinky motherfuckers, and we teach based on our experience and knowledge. Because we do study a lot of this stuff, because we do want to educate at the same time, have great fucking sex everywhere, whoever it is. And that's why there's times that I know there was like a while there that John had more play partners than I did, because I'm very finicky on who I play with, because I want to make sure that I'm wine, dine, and 69 at the same level that my husband affords me. So that's the whole thing. What is HIV? Dyscovia. That's what he said.
The general term for it is called PrEP. PrEP. If you talk to your doctor and say, I'm interested in getting on PrEP because I'm sexually active, for me, I've been on it 5 years, 6 years.
6 years now.
6 years now. I've had no side effects. The only known side effects that I know of is that you may experience, if you work out a lot, additional buildup of lactic acid. I'm at the gym almost every day. No, I don't have that. I've never experienced it, but it is a preventative medicine. To be clear, I am HIV negative, and I plan to be that way. People who are HIV positive should not go on PrEP. It doesn't work well together. You have to go on a different medication.
So you get tired easy? No, because of the hormones and wellness treatment, the testosterone.
I've never had a problem though with PrEP and buildup of lactic acid. I never had a side effect. We fuck like wild people.
Right, but at the same time, you're not like totally 24/7 in the gym either. No. So you're maybe 4 to 5 days in the gym. That's being honest. And except when we travel, and I know we traveled a shitload this summer, which was like, how the hell did that happen? Because we originally just had one trip planned, and next thing you know, it's like every other weekend. Now, the next thing I'm trying to manifest is going on the Bliss Cruise. Okay, I'm manifesting that.
You're working on that. I'm working on Paris. I want to address one question. Yes, the reported side effect that's common is that the additional buildup of lactic acid. I have not experienced this. No. I lift weights and getting back into shape again.
Right.
I was in real great shape 8 years ago. But right. I have experienced no cramping, no nothing.
No, nothing. No, it's like, it's like, I couldn't even tell he was taking the medication. I mean, I know he pops pills in the morning. I just don't know what. It's a
little blue pill.
It's a little.
Don't get it confused with the other little blue pill. Otherwise, you may go to work and that could be bad.
See, you don't even use Viagra anymore. You go straight for the Trimax. So it's like.
I have taken the Trimax, but I just got a new dose of it. And Trimax is the shit.
Yeah, it is the shit. It's like 4
hours.
4 hours. 3.
4 is bad.
4 is bad. Okay, 3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hour erection.
3 hour erection.
And I don't mean like a mostly erection.
No, we're talking superwood.
I mean like
superwood.
Superwood.
Which I'm still trying to get him to do a clone of Willie, so that way I have it, and then I put my battery. Yes, we have to do that.
You need to. It is like this hard.
Trimax is what? It's
okay.
Okay, explain Trimax.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on doing a video on Trimax. Hopefully by the end of the year it'll be out. I'm getting a doctor involved on that. Trimax is an injection done with a 26 gauge needle. To give you an idea of it, it is smaller than an insulin needle. It is a ridiculously small one. However, you inject it at the base of the penis on top. Does it hurt? Not in the least.
You don't feel it,
I don't feel a thing. I do it with an auto injector, and I do it without hesitation. It doesn't hurt in the least. What's the result of it? Okay, essentially your erection is mostly based on your blood flow. Blood goes in, blood doesn't come out. That's why it gets nice and red and hard. It fills up these two balloon sacs called corpus cavernosum, and that's what causes a hard-on. Essentially, this injection allows a huge amount of blood to flow in and not enough to come out. You get a major wood. If you see guys in the porn industry who are doing like this 2-hour scene, that's how they do it. This is work. They're not that excited. No, you have to get it from your doctor. And when you get it, he will go ahead and give you a low dose of it to see how it affects you. It's amazing shit. For recreational use, it was originally marketed for those who had like post-prostate cancer or maybe their prostate removal that couldn't achieve an erection. This works on them. And then someone discovered that we can use it on anyone with a penis. And we had another couple over.
Mm-hmm.
I did that.
Mm-hmm.
I tired everyone out. I'm still ready to go.
Yeah, you were ready to go, and
And they're
everyone
like, and
oh,
both women are like, we're done.
we're done. We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Take care of
And you
yourself.
actually ejaculated too. So it wasn't like, you ejaculated
3 times.
I know. Very hard to come. Yes, it is. Way to go, man. Yes, it is.
I tried it. It was great. Very hard to come. Okay,
Hey,
here's
White
the thing.
Alpha Bull.
Originally, I started to feel that, but I realized it's all in your mind.
Yep.
Once you start relax, I was able to relax, and unless you take too much. Oh, by the way, normal they tell you to take 0.0
1.
whatever it is. No, it's 0.01.
Yeah, 01. Yeah.
I take half of that, 0.005. Again, I'm 48. I'm healthy. I don't have any heart problems. I still get my 3-hour erection. I'm able to come several times. My character said it's not good for you. I would love to find out why.
Well, it could be a heart condition or any other medical condition that they may have.
Yeah, if there are situations where it can go ahead. If your doctor said it's not, please ask him why. And the reason I say this is when I first started prep, I went to my MD, and her first question was, it was a her, "You're married. Why do you need that?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I want it. I'm sexually active." I got a judgmental fucking look. And then she said, "You know what? I need a few weeks to do some research on this before I can prescribe it to you." And I'm like, "So you don't know what it is?" She goes, "Well, I know what it is. I've read about it, but I don't know what the side effects are going to be for you." And I'm like, "You know what? See ya." I actually found a doctor's group in my local weekly magazine, right?
The LGBTQ magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our local, yeah.
And they are the most professional, non-judgmental group. May I mention their name?
Yeah. Panero Group? Yeah.
Panero Medical Group in Orlando. They were amazing.
Yeah. And it's funny because today I actually went to see, what?
6 years.
6 years. Okay, yeah. I went to see with my girly doctor, the female OBGYN, because I'm having a little issue down there, and it was so hysterical, all the questions that they're asking, and they said it with a straight face and very sincere. How sexually active are you? I'm like, I'm very sexually active, and it's like, okay, how many partners? And it's like, yeah, and no judgment. And then they ask, it's like male or female, and I'm like, okay, predominantly males, and again, judgment free, really great. Did not say anything. I love my girly doctor. It was just phenomenal there. So she checked and did that, but she did try me because I kind of avoid the yearly checkup.
You don't like those checkups.
I don't like those checkups. They rip me apart.
And then I want to go ahead and give them to you on
as a free, like a free,
I'm just preparing you.
Yeah, it's like, don't prepare me. My local doctor is totally not judgmental either.
Fantastic.
Yes, that's why if you have any doctors that gives you any judgment, just go ahead and look for another one. We suggest, just because in the lifestyle, just look for an LGBTQ, positive doctor, because usually that community doctor is very non-judgmental either, because they're very friendly. I know they're very active. They do donate a lot to the local community, the LGBT community. They're sponsors of Pride, sponsors of the local Watermark, which is our LGBTQ plus magazine and any activities. So
one question I got up there I see is, do I have to use Trimix every time I have sex?
No.
I get an erection and we have sex just fine. I use it when I perhaps have a couple coming to join us.
Well, we're planning extensive play. That's the best way to explain it.
If I'm going to want to fuck for 3 hours.
Yeah. We're going to a swing club, going to a party, then that's when it makes sense.
But I haven't even used it for a swing club lately.
No, because we really haven't hooked up with many people at the swing club either. So that's why. First time the doctor gave it to me, I was hard for 4 hours and my dick hurt. It was so hard. Ooh, that was too much dosage. That's why.
And that's why I do half the dose.
Yeah. When you need endurance, of course, when you need endurance there. But no, that was too long. 4 hours is too long. It should be no more than 3.5, to be honest, for it to be comfortable. And again, goes back on your health and well-being. What's your health condition? What are your, do you have a heart irregularity, blood pressure,
low blood pressure? There's issues with that.
Yeah. And then other medications that you're taking. So there's a lot of factors that go into that. So that's where you need to really know all your medications, what they do, what side effects may happen. I know here in the States, I'm very blessed to have like the Walgreens app, and they give me all my medications on there, and also what information about the medications and the side effects. So that's definitely get to know, because like I said, I'm a diabetic. I take medication. I want to make sure what it is. How long have you two been in the lifestyle? I've been close to 30-ish.
25.
Fine. You get embarrassed. Fine. I will say over 25 years. He's 13. He's lucky 13.
Yeah, I've been in it 13 years.
And we actually met in the lifestyle there. So it was a lifestyle meet and greet.
I'm really healthy, so I've asked for trimester. Your doctor should know. Ask them.
Mhm.
But again, the doctor I go to is specifically hormones and wellness. He's given it to me. I haven't had any problems with it. Again, I take less of the dose. I recommend taking half a dose. It's still amazingly effective. We're not doctors. What we're doing is we tell you from our experience. We've actually gone through, I'm going through my third year now.
Third year, and I'm going to my second year. Hormones and wellness.
Treatment with this doctor, and our sex life is absolutely amazing.
Yes. Oh yeah. I take good care of myself. That's why. You're welcome, Special K. That's why I don't look as old. It's like a funny story.
You got carded.
I got carded at our sponsor store, which is an adult novelty store. I had my face mask on, and the guy's like, seriously, as I asked him, like, seriously, I'm getting carded. He's like, yeah, you look underage. And I'm like, I am not that under, but okay, here you go. After I show him my ID, he was embarrassed as fuck. I'm like, yes, homegirl's gonna be 46 tomorrow. Yeah, no, I'm 46. So
46, and in
no, I don't like to
month,
be. No, 46.
You're running a half marathon.
Oh no, in 23 days, I'm running a half marathon.
Not that she's counting.
Yes, exactly. I am so excited. It's my first half marathon. So Friday, I will be doing my training of 14 miles. So I'm trying to do the training plan. So 30 minutes every other day, and then 1 day long distance. So that is going to be my long distance run on Friday, 14 miles, because I'm less than a month away from a half marathon. Yay. And it's the Disney one. And I'm a Disney girl through and through. So if anyone wants to give me any gifts or presents, Disney's always good. So cash for my trip is good.
The funniest thing we do is we split our time between like a Disney cruise and a swinger cruise. Nothing in between, one or the other. Yeah. Smart, half time.
Try me for the second half.
Thing is, it's Disney, and they're running from the Magic Kingdom to Epcot.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a group of people. I can't pick her up. I thought about that.
And we still don't know if he could actually come and see, because they haven't announced the spectators. I mean, we're going to have the after party. So if definitely following us on social media, our Sex Positive Me, look up the link if you want to join us at the after party there. So it is like $90 a ticket, but you do get admission to the theme park and then the party, and then we can all party together. That's like, if everyone wants to, I'll try to post that up. I'll put it on our website there as one of our events, the half marathon after party. So that'll be fun. Kind of deal. But we have less than 3 minutes left. You guys are so nice. It's so cool that you're both. Oh yeah, we are. We try to educate and entertain and make sure everyone is having great sex. So.
But we do this every Monday night. Mm-hmm. Date Night with the Lunas is at 7 p.m. Mm-hmm. Again, you can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it in a Facebook private group. Facebook won't let us talk about sex unless it's a private group.
Yeah.
We're also in Atlanta on BFAM 109.6. And we're also on, again, over here on SDC.
Yes. I'm going to try to make an actual blog post, more like in our articles, so that way people can know. And then you could actually watch in our videos the past episodes too.
Oh, there is something I definitely want to announce.
Quickly, hurry up.
Cool.
We got less than 2 minutes.
We're on the cover of ASN magazine.
Yes.
If you do a search for ASN Lifestyle magazine for October, we made it to the cover.
Yay!
We're so excited about this. It's an honor to be there. It's completely awesome. Go check it out. Do a search for ASN Lifestyle magazine. Go to the October issue. I have a fiction in there.
Yes.
I actually have a my lactation. Is it this month is lactation? I know I think I have my lactation one in there. And I know there's a story about us in there as well. So go check it out. We would really appreciate it. And again, write us back and let us know. ASN, Adult Swinger Network.
It's a magazine there. So if you look for ASN magazine, you'll find it. We'll put an article in our Sex Positive Me blog, so that way we'll get that. Thank you very much. I'm so happy, Special K, that you consider us therapy, and you have a
Again,
good
we're not
time.
licensed.
We're not licensed, but I'm glad you
Thanks for
enjoy it. But share it with your friends, share it with others. 7 o'clock every Monday night. Next week, John is solo. He's all by
So we'll see what kind of trouble I get in when I'm
myself.
unsupervised.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to be in Disneyland. It's like I'm not checking in on anything. I'm at
She's
Disneyland.
not listening. She's not doing nothing. She's like, see ya, I'm on your
See ya.
own.
I'm at Disneyland.
We'll see you later.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good night.